Coming up on the Met Report, would women's volleyball be able to extend their winning streak to 6 games?
The effects student enrollment has on you.
The new airline to DIA is coming. All this and more coming up on the Met Report. Welcome to this week's edition of the Met Report. I'm Jeffrey Will.
And I'm Ashely Craven. 2 weeks and 3 shootings on college campuses. How about here at Auraria? Addison Goodell has more on your safety here.
A Castle Rock community member's life was taken due to a campus school shooting at NAU. Here on the Auraria campus, we have a wide variety of diversity that enters the campus every day. I spoke with Commander Jason Melander to clarify the safety of our urban-based campus.
Law enforcement in general is always an evolving process. It's like any profession where new situations and unfortunately new threats are addressed, and the way we do our job is adapted to meet those. We're always diligent. We always have officers on campus, and we always have dispatchers in our dispatch center. If you call us, we are here. And our community needs to know that you have a police force. We're not campus safety, we're not campus security. We are the Auraria Campus Police Department. That incident at the light rail station is just one of many that have happened around campus, just because we are in a very, we're centered in an urban area, and part of that is crime. With that case in particular, we had officers on scene and the suspect in handcuffs in around 45 seconds. When we look at our stats for arrests, we have about 80% of our arrests come from non-campus individuals. The most important thing I can recommend is be diligent all the time. We do feel safe on campus.
Be sure to text 720-593-TIPS or call 303-556-5000 for any suspicious activity. For the Met Report, I'm Addison Goodell.
Sunday marked the annual anniversary of the National Coming Out Day. And it's for its 27th anniversary, parents, faculty, and students got together in the Tivoli and in the library to inform and raise awareness of the LGBTQ community. Workshops, lectures, and activities were also provided at the Day of Art in Action to discuss the impact of art in the community.
Coming Out Day for me is about not necessarily coming out, but knowing that community exists for you if you decide that you eventually do want to come out, or know that there are safe spaces for you to come out to.
Have you ever wondered how student enrollment affects you? You may be surprised. Megan Brandstetter has more.
Enrollment declining, is it a good idea to raise tuition? The Met Report spoke with Vaughn Tolan, Director of Admissions, to find out why enrollment is down.
We're a huge transfer school. Close to 60% of all students here are transfer students. And all of the local community colleges, their enrollments have been down for several years now. Some of them double digits. School graduates in the state of Colorado have been decreasing.
So what does that mean for tuition? Did students pay more this year?
Instead of a 6% increase on our students, we are recommending a 5% increase. So that totals about so $350 a year more impact on our students, but at a 5% tuition increase.
This increase in tuition takes into account the 4% decline in full-time equivalency to the undergraduate student body. How much did that decrease cost the school?
So for every percentage point that the university is down in FTE or full-time equivalencies, the university loses about $1 million in tuition.
That means the school saw a loss of $4 million. However, due to changes in state funding, the school saw a $7.3 million increase in revenue.
You do the math. If our student body is 20,000 students and we're charging an extra $250 a year, that's $5 million extra dollars.
So the total operating budget proposed is $189 million, up from $181 million last year.
For the Met Report, Megan Brandstetter.
The Department of Journalism is holding a meet and greet tonight at 6 at the Denver Press Club. The event will give students the opportunity to network with organizations and other journalists. There will be workshops with various organizations along with editors and reporters.
The Auraria Health Center will be hosting a student wellness event, and the topic, alcohol consumption. The event will take place this Wednesday, October 21st from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Tivoli Room 317. Learn healthy ways to recover after a night of partying and the importance of good decision making. In addition, learn about the resources the school has to help with alcohol dependence.
TRIO Student Support Services at MSU Denver is a federal program that helps first-generation students, low-income students, and those with disabilities. Students are assigned a peer mentor and counselor to help them overcome social and cultural barriers and reach academic success. Being part of this program means requirements must be met at the end of each semester. To see if you are eligible to join this program, contact Alma Rocha at 303-352-4955.
Our goals is that they graduate within 6 years of them entering our program and that they retain from year to year.
So TRIO has definitely changed my life. Prior to joining TRIO, I felt that I was very, very lonely. I had no support to go to or anyone else to go to when I needed help. So TRIO is definitely there for me.
One thing I like about Metro is that they always agree that everyone has a right to education, no matter what your income or your background. Get there.
Absolutely. It's definitely a good program that these students should take advantage of.
And most colleges need to get on top of that.
Absolutely.
That'd be on top. Now joining us for weather is Douglas Coulter. Dougie, it was a little cold today. Any chance that's going to continue?
Yeah, you know what, Jeffrey? It was really chilly this morning. Right now we're warming up, though, and we're under mostly sunny skies with 67 degrees currently here on the Auraria campus. Now our high today is expected to get up to 73 degrees. Now, if we look at our hour by hour, we're going to see again, that trend continued to go up until 3 o'clock, and then after 3 o'clock, our temperatures are going to drop. If you have any plans tonight, it's going to be a good night to get out. 64 degrees at 7 o'clock, and by 9 p.m., 63 degrees. So taking a look at your averages, we're kind of right a little bit above average. Our average high for this date is 68 degrees, and our average low is 39 degrees. Now, our record high, check this out, guys, 87 degrees set back in 1910. Now, our average snowfall for the month of October is 4 inches of snow. Now, if you guys are planning on getting up to the high country to see those fall colors, unfortunately, most of the colors have already changed. If you are looking for somewhere to go, maybe down in the southern mountains, a little bit past peak, but you still might get to see some colors up there. Now, right now, look at this is our first freeze information right here. Our earliest freeze happened on September 8th, 1962, and our average first freeze is October 7th. Now, we have not hit that yet, but we will hit that soon. I'll tell you guys here in just a little bit when we can expect to see that.
The break.
A new proposal for airline seating.
MSU Denver's Slam Dunk Contest took place. Find out who won coming up later in sports. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. RTD's new A-line will start testing passenger trains to DIA. Belen Ward has more.
The RTD trains will be tested at top speeds of 79 miles per hour. The first phase of testing will last about 7 months and will focus on the integration of the testing of the communication systems, crossing, signal systems, train testing, and operator training.
So the A-line, or the East Rail Line from Union Station to Denver International Airport, is expected to open in the spring of 2016, and that's when our first passengers will be able to take that trip. It's 37 minutes from here to the airport, and it will run pretty much every 15 minutes all day from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., so people will have a lot of good frequent service from downtown to the airport.
The maximum allowed speed, according to the federal government, is 79 miles per hour on the commuter rail line and 55 miles an hour on the light rail.
So these vehicles will go much faster. It's not going to go 79 through the whole corridor, just like our roads have speed limits, so do our trackways, but you can expect those vehicles to travel at pretty quick speeds.
Len Ward, The Met Report.
Bristol Palin makes the news again. Palin says she's outraged schools in Washington state were giving free birth control to students as young as 10. But a study from Judicial Watch says only 6 girls 10 and 11 years old use the program, while more than 4,600 girls between the ages of 15 and 18 did. Colorado has similar programs, and authorities say that they have reduced teen pregnancy and abortion.
Developers in Canada are creating a system where surgeons can use virtual reality to simulate complex surgeries for training. Doctors will be able to perform these surgeries with a PlayStation remote in hand. Patients are scanned before their surgery to ensure accuracy. This new development gives doctors an opportunity for a practice run before performing the actual surgery. There is not a launch date as of now, but developers hope to have it in hospitals soon.
Airline seating is taking a new approach to economy class. A patent has been filed for economy class airline seating that is intended to fit more travelers while giving them a little more elbow room. Instead of the normal side-by-side seating, the renderings feature an alternate facing seats. It is not clear whether or not the idea will be picked up by airlines.
Playboy made an announcement this week that will allow people to read the magazine for their articles. After 62 years of explicit female distribution, Playboy magazine will no longer feature fully naked women. The move comes after circulation has dropped almost 5 million readers in just 40 years. The company makes most of its money from the licensing of the famous bunny logo. The redesign will be revealed next March.
Families and their friends bring their pets to the Halloween costumes for a good cause. Last Saturday, the 17th annual Elitch Gardens Posco Pet Parade, judges had to decide which pets had the most original or funniest costumes, and which ones had best owner and pet combination. Posco management told us proceeds of these events and donations go directly to their shelter pets.
A website is helping pair people with the perfect pet. Paws Like Me is an adoption match website that is similar to a dating website. People will fill out information and receive a score through the pet matching algorithm. The score is then matched up with a dog score, allowing people to adopt a dog that fits their personality.
Denver Botanic Gardens hosts their first ever Glow event. Celeste Zubia and Charisma Hicks have more.
Hi, I'm Celeste Zubia. And I'm Charisma Hicks. And we're here down in the Botanic Gardens here in downtown Denver. Come join us as we rock Glow the Gardens.
Denver Botanic Gardens hosts their first ever Glow event.
It's the first time that they're having it. We are members of the garden, and we come here quite often, and when I saw that they were doing this inaugural event, we decided to come to the opening night.
Glow at the Gardens is fun for all. Whether it's with your family, friends, or a significant other, you can enjoy a scavenger hunt, 266 artist-carved pumpkins, and live music. At the beginning of the night, sit down with the kiddos and make your way over to Storytime for Kids. Once the clock hits 8, gear switch and it's Storytime for adults only. Enjoy a complimentary bar while viewing glow-in-the-dark luminaries and one scary floating sea monster display. Want to get into the Halloween spirit? Buy your tickets online or at the door for $6 to $12. Make sure you arrive early because there are people just itching to get into those doors. This Glowtastic event is every Wednesday night from 6 to 9 p.m.
And that's that. If you've missed this week's event, you can catch next week, the 21st, or the following week, the 28th.
So put on your costumes and come join us on a lovely Wednesday night. We hope to see you here.
Well, we had a chilly start to today, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures start to fall as we get closer into the winter season. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to look at highs kind of in the mid to upper 70s, 78 in Aurora, 78 at DIA. If you're headed up to Evergreen or Conifer, 69 in Evergreen and 68 in Conifer. Now for Sunday, we're going to see temperatures come up a little bit, but for the most part, we're going to stick around kind of the same. 78 again in Denver, 78 at DIA. Out east in Watkins, we'll see 77 degrees. Now for your Saturday national map, out east, we have nothing going on. That's because of this high pressure system sitting in place over Illinois, but coming back towards the west, we have that cold front that's sitting kind of over Utah, and that's actually concerning residents who live in California and Utah for flooding. Now, that's going to stick around for Sunday, and again, it's still over the same area, Nevada into Utah, north into Idaho. This whole area is seeing some heavy, heavy rains right now. Now, tonight, we're going to see temperatures at 41 degrees, mostly clear skies. It's going to be a great night, again, to get out and do whatever you have planned for tonight. And tomorrow morning, in the morning, we're going to see mostly sunny skies with 55 degrees and light winds coming out of the southwest. Now, for tomorrow afternoon, we're going to build a few clouds back into Denver. I don't think that we're going to see any showers here. Up in the mountains, we might see a stray shower or two, but this is 79 here in Denver. Sunday, about the same, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. And again, our lows, we're starting to see those drop. That's going to be 48 degrees. Taking a look at your 5-day forecast, we're going to build the chances for some rain in midweek next week on Tuesday with your temperature at 65 degrees, Wednesday 61, and we'll clear things out by the end of the week for Thursday and Friday. Now, take a look at this picture. This is an awesome picture we got from Aaron Regan. It's right outside the Science Building. Awesome, awesome picture. Thank you guys. Thank you for sending that in, Aaron. If you guys have any pictures, we want to see those, so you can send those to us from Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. So guys, as I mentioned, we are starting to cool things off, and we're going to start to see things cool off even more as we get closer into winter. So
it's certainly fall.
I'm excited for the fall season. I like this colder weather. I was getting over the summer.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a warm year. So
Yes, it has. Well, thanks again, Douglas. Coming up after the break,
we're getting goosebumps over an exciting must-see exclusive. We'll be right back.
now joining us for EMED is Alex Killian. Alex, help me out with my pumpkin carving skills, will you?
Well, Jeffrey, Halloween is right around the corner, and I've got to say, pumpkin carving is one of my favorite parts of this season. Now, I'm sure everyone has carved a pumpkin at some point in their lives, but how many have taken a shot at extreme pumpkin carving? I'll give you some tips on that after we stock up on events and entertainment news in EMET's Top 5.
At number 5, get your ripped t-shirts and fake blood ready for the herd tomorrow at Skyline Park for the 10th annual Denver Zombie Crawl. Become one of the dead yourself, or just come for the fear of it, as the Mile High tries to set a world record for the largest zombie crawl.
It's Uncle Jesse! He and I were gay together.
At number 4, for your concert and theater watch, head to Comedy Works this weekend to see Bob Saget speak on risque topics in his new stand-up special for adults or people with really good fake IDs. And as for the Frozen and Wicked fans out there, don't miss out on seeing Idina Menzel reprising her role in the drama musical If Then, showing now through October 25th at the Buell Theater. At number 3, Rick, Daryl, and Glenn, along with all of your other favorite survivors, returned to AMC last Sunday for the 6th season premiere of The Walking Dead. With one of the most impressive displays of cinematography and special effects in the show's history, the premiere doesn't disappoint. The first episode is told in 2 parts, with flashbacks in black and white, interspersed with the present-time action. Now, I'm not the kind of guy to give spoilers, but let's just say, the episode made Denver's world's biggest zombie crawl look like a troop of Boy Scouts. At number 2, Lamar Odom, ex-NBA star and ex-husband of Khloe Kardashian, was found unconscious at a brothel in Nevada Tuesday.
Khloe is by his side. He is unconscious, but apparently the doctors say he's recovering.
Family, friends, and well-wishers flocked to Sunrise Hospital Wednesday to be by his side. The cause of Odin's hospitalization seems to be drug overdose. Recent updates by doctors say his organs are failing and he has about a 50% chance of survival. At number 1 for the viral bit of the week, it seems as though the internet will never run out of cat videos to make us laugh, although it seems this particular feline feels more like a human than a cat.
Wow. It seems like having a cat that can open doors could prove to be a problem for this woman. Let's just hope she doesn't live by a busy street, eh? Now, with Walking Dead starting last weekend and the zombie crawl, I'm really starting to get into the Halloween spirit. For me, that means sweaters, candy, and pumpkin carving. Now, I try to carve a jack-o'-lantern during this time, but I usually go for the triangle eyes and crooked grin, until recently. Extreme pumpkin carving is an art in which people carve incredible and intricate faces, designs, or just about anything into pumpkins. And there's actually a place known as Maniac Pumpkin Carving, where extreme pumpkin carving experts can teach you their ways. Unfortunately, they're located in Brooklyn, but lucky for us, there are a lot of good pumpkin carving tutorials out there on the web. So you can get some tips on carving and check out the craziest pumpkin sculptures you've ever seen at extremepumpkins.com. If pumpkin carving doesn't give you any nostalgia for your younger years, maybe this will. Melanie Townsend got a chance to speak with the cast of the new film adaptation of the Goosebump novels in this must-see exclusive. Check it out.
If you're a millennial, chances are you spent many nights under the covers with a flashlight in hand, reading The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena, shuddering at the book covers of Night of the Living Dummy, The Werewolf of Fever Swamp, Attack of the Garden Gnomes, and more. The Goosebump novels have been a tremendous hit amongst young adults, entertaining or freaking them out, with the tales of horrifying creatures we don't want hiding underneath our beds. The mad genius behind these books is none other than R.L. Stine, who has seen his beloved books come to life on the TV series and now in the movie theater.
Mom, are you positive that there weren't any other places looking for vice principals?
Zach Cooper gets a little more than he bargained for when he and his mother moved to a new neighborhood next to a mysterious neighbor. Turns out the kook next door is R.L. Stine, who has his books locked away from the outside world. And if they open those books, well, you get the idea of what happens next. Can this group save the town before it's taken over by the ghosts and ghouls of Goosebumps? Goosebumps, the movie starring Dylan Minnette, Ryan Lee, Adia Rush, and Jack Black as R.L. Stine himself, will give audiences young and old a terrifying thrill ride just in time for Halloween. But don't just take my word for it, take it from the cast themselves. Jack and the others arrive at the Alamo Draft House just in time for the Mile High Horror Film Festival to let us know what they loved about the movie and the impact these books had on a whole generation of kids.
I don't know, it's just cool how, our generation, everybody read Goosebumps and everybody knows R.L. Stine, so that's cool that he has such a following and such an impact on the generation.
He got kids into reading books because, when kids are younger, they want to watch TV, they want to play outside, and because his books are entertaining and thrilling, they are reading and enjoying it at the same time.
What was the most fun or most challenging scene that you guys had to film or be a part of in the movie?
The most challenging scene, I think, was probably on the ice when we were escaping the abominable snowman.
The most fun was probably running from the ghouls in the graveyard. That was super cool.
The most demanding was the in the ice rink, but had a good time filming in the grocery store.
So what creeps out these actors?
Ghosts.
Escalators going down.
Spiders, though. There's a lot of spiders in my room, and they need to get out.
Just in time for the Halloween season, Goosebumps is coming to theaters October 16th, starring Jack Black. Be sure to check it out. For the Met Report, I am Melanie Townsend.
Now, I grew up on Goosebumps, so I'm really excited to see how this movie's going to turn out.
Me too. Actually, I stumbled upon the old show on Netflix the other day, and it's still pretty good.
So how far did you get before you turned it off?
About half an episode.
Well, I think the movie is going to be great, though. Jack Black is a funny dude, so.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be good. He's going to be good R.L. Stine, that's for sure. Don't go anywhere. Sports is next.
Joining us for sports is John Madden.
Men's soccer team without star player Dustin Berg is kind of like Playboy magazine without the nudes. It's just not the same, and not in a good way. But lucky for the Roadrunners, other players have stepped in and filled that void. And coming off a 1-0 victory against CSU Pueblo, could they keep that momentum going with Regis visiting the home turf? And the Roadrunners did just that, taking the victory 1-0. Jeff Gillis was the one and only goal scorer, as his goal came in the 55th minute for MSU Denver, which was his second on the season. And with WWE's Hell in a Cell coming up, it was fitting that this game was real physical with 28 total fouls. But the Roadrunners overcame that as goalie Hayden Russ earned his 7th win of the season as MSU Denver outshot Regis 19-5. Later today at 3:30, Regis gets a chance for revenge against the Roadrunners. So let's just hope the sequel isn't as bad as Anchorman 2 was. Now, Mary Maid's cleaning service is a consistently busy company, but I don't think they have swept as much as the women's volleyball team has recently. The Lady Roadrunners have had sweeping victories in 4 of their last 5 matchups. Looking to keep that trend going, they traveled to Golden to take on number 17th ranked Colorado School of Mines last Friday. MSU Denver came into the game with an 8-8 record and 5-2 in the RMAC while on a 5-game winning streak, as Mines had a solid record of 10-4 and 5-1 in the RMAC. And starting off, Ryan Herderman smacks that ball like a bad date, putting MSU Denver up early in the first set. Then it might be fall, but summer is still here, as Summer Greger gets the kill as the ladies build upon their lead. Check out this block at the net by Fasadi Fiatoa as MSU Denver takes the first set 25-23. Second set, Herderman again. Herderman finished with 9 kills on the night. Then later, Summer Greger, see, I told y'all, Greger had 7 kills and 5 digs on the night. Then as Mines has a kill attempt, check out number 24, Jackie Lopez, as she lays out and dives on the floor for the dig, which then sets up Michaela Smith for the kill. The ladies take the second set 25-22 as they finish the set with only 3 attack errors. And meanwhile, Mines shots were getting blocked as much as a creepy guy on Facebook, as MSU Denver used that to set up their offense, and Michaela Smith gets some. Smith led the team with 15 kills on the night, and it was only fitting that during match point, Kylie Hahn sets up Smith one more time, and bam, she connects, game, set, match. MSU Denver sweeps Regis 3-0. So you get a broom, you get a broom, you get a broom. Coach Hendricks, mic check.
I think you saw a big improvement from last week into this weekend in our blocking and in our back row defensive efforts. So I just, again, find that with this team, we call on them for something, we ask them to make some kind of adjustment or focus on something in practice, and they get good work done every single week, and that's why we're just getting better every week. Hard work is paying off, and we have a great deal of respect for Mines, so to be able to come in here and beat them on their home floor means a lot to us.
Now, the men's basketball team was picked to repeat as RMAC champs in the latest RMAC preseason coaches poll. And though the team has lost some familiar faces, some new players helped get things going at the Rowdy at the Regency event last Tuesday night. The Rowdy at the Regency event allowed fans and students to meet MSU Denver's women's and men's basketball teams for the upcoming 2015-2016 season.
Man, it was a lot of fun. You know, it was a better turnout than I thought it would be. So it was real fun.
The event allowed the athletes to show their fun sides, which included getting down to some Michael Jackson, even where Michael Jackson's famous white glove made an appearance.
Our rhythm was I think our rhythm is better on the basketball court, not so much dancers.
Fans also got to participate in a relay race where they were tied to one of the athletes. Competition did heat up later in the three-point shooting contest as the men's and women's teams squared off against each other.
It was awesome. Being a transfer student and seeing all these people here like in a new environment, it was really cool, so I enjoyed it.
Emily Hardigan won the three-point shootout with this barrage of threes in the final round, which then set up the dunk contest.
And the slam dunk contest was bound to be just that.
It was good to go out there and do a few dunks for the crowd, get them amped, and just I'm ready to go. So I can't wait for the season to start.
For the Met Report, John Madden. Yeah, quick shout out to number 4, Josh Stewart, who dunked the ball from my alley-oop pass. It took me about 10 tries, but I finally got it.
Well, did you see some of those dunks, or are you going to get out there and dunk now?
Well, I can't jump very high, so maybe with the trampoline in front of the hoop I can do it.
I think you can do it. That does it for this week's edition of the Met Report. For Douglas Coulter, Alex Killian, John Madden, Jeffrey Will, and the entire Met Report staff, I'm Ashely Craven.
And don't forget to check us out on mymedia.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Met Report. We'll see you on campus.